Okay, so welcome to Monday, May something, May 4th. It's May 4th. I want us to start in mountain pose. So just find your way to your mat, feet parallel to each other, arms extended, palms forward. As you begin to settle in, we'll start with our breath, like we always do. Feel free to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and on the exhale, sigh it out and open mouth. Do that one more time. Continue to breathe slow and deliberate in and out through your nose. I encourage you here to have soft knees, just so that you're not locking. You don't have to bend them dramatically, but just so that you're not locking in the knees. Shoulders are down away from your ears. Your chin is parallel with the floor. And we're just starting with the breath. Just giving yourself permission to put space and distance between you and your weekend, the earlier part of your morning, using the breath to help you settle in. As you continue to take those slow, deliberate breaths, allow your breath to help you set aside. Set aside distractions, the weekend, concerns. That way you can step more fully into your Monday. And continue to use that breath to help you reconnect with all that you are, with all that you need inside of this moment. When you're ready to breathe in, I want you to take your arms and your face out and up towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, bring those palms together, hands down through heart center. We'll take 2 more circles in this direction. Just slowly building heat. Take a bit of time to do that. When you get to the bottom of that third exhalation, I want you to reverse the flow of your arms, inhaling arms up through center, and on the exhale, separating those hands, drawing your gaze towards the toes. 2 more. After that third pass, inhale the arms the same way up. When you're ready to breathe out, take a side bend to the right. Just following those right fingertips towards your mat. Inhale, come back through center. And on your exhale, let's go left. Do that one more time each side. Now I want you to consider tapas. Not the small Spanish plates, but in Sanskrit, tapas, tapas is Sanskrit. On your exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Means heat or discipline. Inhale those arms up. Keep your gaze forward. And on the exhale, take an upper back arch. Bending the arms, elbows drawing in towards the ribs. Inhale, reach up. Chin parallel with your mat. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, upper back arch. Inhale, reach up. On your exhale, bend those knees. Let's fold forward. Coming into a forward fold. You can release the hands, shake the head. And be kind to your hamstrings. Maybe the legs are ready to be straight, maybe they're not. Shake the head no. Shake the head yes. So tapas is the idea of heat or discipline. sticking with something, even though it may be unpleasant or uncomfortable, long enough to receive the reward. Go ahead and take your hands right of your feet for a gentle twist here in this forward fold. On an exhale, take your hands left of your feet. Keep the head hanging heavy. With your exhale, come back to the center. And on the inhale, lead with the top of the head. Let's rise all the way up, flat back, navel hugging the spine. And we'll move into a mountain flow. On your exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, we come back to center. Exhale, we go left. Inhale, center. And on your exhale, fold forward. Maybe there's a bend in the legs. When you're ready to breathe in, we rise up. Lead with the crown of your head. This is a flow in mountain. On your exhale, take a side bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold forward. Lead with your chest bone, your sternum. When you've let go of every last drop of breath, you rise up, back to extended mountain. We want to take care as we exhale to the right. We inhale, center. We exhale, left. We want to honor what's available in our bodies today. Maybe the legs are straight this time. Maybe there's still a bend in them. Fold forward. When you're ready to breathe in, you rise up. I'll continue to move, but I won't verbally cue it. I want you to set your own pace. You may choose to move quicker. You may choose to move slower. So long as you're moving with your breath and you're taking care of your back, navel hugging the spine. Just considering that bringing heat, having a little bit of discomfort can change the climate. Can give us opportunity for growth, for transformation. Sometimes what feels like destruction is actually a beginning. Take one, maybe two more. Just moving with your breath. The next time you are in a forward fold, I want you to go ahead and stay there. Just let gravity take the weight of your head, your torso. Let your arms dangle. You might shake the head yes, and shake the head no. With your next exhale, put a generous bend in the legs, just letting your torso kind of hang out or drape over your thighs. And on your inhale, let's take half lift. Straightening the legs, bringing palms to the shins or the thighs. This is Ardha Uttanasana. We want to flat back. On your exhale, release back to your fold. Inhale, return. Energy extending beyond the sitting bones, beyond the crown of your head. And exhale, release. Do that one more time. Inhale to your flat back, your half lift. We also call it Ardha Uttanasana. And on the out breath, release. And next, I want you to plant your palms in your mat. Walk your feet back as you make your way to downward dog. your neck. Keep your sitting bones reaching high in the air. Feel free to bring movement to this, bending one leg, then the other. We're going to push into the heels of the hands, middle fingers pointing towards the top edge of our mat. When you are ready with an exhale, quiet those legs. Keep your sitting bones reaching towards the ceiling. Heels of your feet pressing down towards your mat. Coming into some core work. When you're ready with an inhale, I want you to take your right toes up towards the ceiling, passing through three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right arm. This is a variation of plank. Inhale, go back to three-legged dog, toes high in the air. Exhale, knee center. Look at that knee as it comes towards your face. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, right knee towards left arm. And then inhale, leg up. Do that one more time. Exhale, right knee to right arm, a little quicker. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee center. Inhale, extend that leg up. Exhale, right knee to left arm. Inhale up. Exhale your foot to the mat. And we'll do the same thing with our left leg. When you're ready with an inhale, take your left toes up. On the exhale, draw that left knee towards left arm. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, knee center. Inhale, up. Exhale, left knee to right arm. Inhale, up. We're almost there. We're building heat. Exhale, right knee to right arm. Oh, pardon me, left. Left knee to left arm. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, knee center. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, left knee to right arm. Inhale, leg up. We're almost there. Bring that foot to your mat. And on your exhale, let's take child's pose. Come all the way down to your knees, your shins. Bring your forehead to your mat. Give your wrists some love. What I mean by that is just a little bit of attention since we were on our hands for quite a while. You might circle the wrists. And as we take a few more moments here in child's pose, relax the feet. Rest your forehead on an arm or the mat. You can choose to extend the arms towards the top edge of your mat for a more active child's pose. If you'd like a more passive child's pose, put a generous bend in the arms. Hands on either side of your head. Just a few more breaths here. We don't want to lose all of our heat, but we want to give ourselves a moment to prepare for what's next. When you're ready with an exhale, return to downward dog. Tuck your toes, lift your sitting bones, ears by the inner arms. As you open those armpits as much as you can. With an inhale, look towards the hands, and on your exhale, you can walk or jump the feet forward. And when you're ready with an inhale, let's rise all the way up for extended mountain. Lead with the crown of the head, flat back, brings us up. Reaching those arms up. On your exhale, bring those palms together, hands to heart center. Let's take a sun salutation. And then we'll move on to our standing work. I want you to inhale, sweep the arms up. And on your exhale, hinge in the hips, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, lifting up halfway. Exhale to your downward dog. Inhale to plank, shoulders over wrists. Really support your spine here. The strong core on your exhale. Chaturanga, keep those elbows close to the ribs. Inhale, cobra. And on your exhale, downward dog. Inhale, half lift. Feet come to the hands, hands move to the legs, flatten the back. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more, here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower, take your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release to your fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Moving into our standing work, feet parallel with each other. I want us to inhale to chair. So weight in the heels, knees tracking over the second toes. And you choose your intensity. If you feel like you want more intensity, then you sit a little lower. If you don't need that kind of intensity today, then you just rise up. You don't have as generous a bend in those legs. From here, we're taking a twist in our chair. So when you're ready with an exhale, palms come together. They stay in the center of our chest, and we twist to the right. So in an attempt to mirror you, even at this angle, I'm going to my left, but I want you to go to your right. Keep your thumbs in the center of your chest. We're reaching the left elbow for the right knee. Maybe they connect today, maybe they don't. If the elbow and knee are connected, are your thumbs still in the center of your chest? If not, put those thumbs back in the center of your chest and honor what's available today. Couple more breaths here in our twisting chair. From here, we stay in the twist and we take high lunge. So keep that twist to the left. We want to shift our weight into the right foot. We slide our left foot back. Make sure that the right knee stays stacked over the right ankle. You're still in that twist. You might wobble, you might fall. Those hands might have to come out like mine did to find your balance. Just continue to set your expectations aside. Just dwell in curiosity. New week, new flow. Couple more breaths here. Shoulders down, away from the ears. From here, we take warrior two. So drop the left heel. That right foot will stay in front. Arms extended. Make sure your right knee is tracking over the second toe. You're looking down that right arm past the wrist, past the middle finger. From here, we take reverse warrior. So flipping the right palm, reaching that arm up. I'd rather you reach the arm up than back. If you want a deeper side stretch, sit a little lower in your legs. That'll add intensity. So just see what your practice needs today. And this back arm, it can rest on the leg or wrap around the back. When you're ready with an exhale, I want you to cartwheel your arms to the mat Bring your back knee to the floor. We're keeping that right leg in front, and we're taking crescent pose. So we want our pelvis to be in front of this back knee, really getting an iliopsoas stretch. Arms extended up towards the ceiling. If you want to add intensity, bring those palms together and take your gaze up. That'll increase the spinal extension or back bend. So tapas reminds us that sometimes we need that seemingly destructive forest fire to clear the forest floor so that the sunlight can reach that forest floor so that seeds can grow. So we're clearing the way here. On your exhale, bring those hands to your mat. We're taking lizard. I want your hands to come to the inside of that right foot. Then walk your right foot in towards the hands just a little. You're going to the outside edge of the right foot. And you're letting the knee go outside of center. Try to get my body out of the way so you can see my leg. And then you can stay on palms, you can stay on fingertips, you can come down to forearms, just depends on what's available today. Wherever you find yourself, just let your head hang heavy. That way you can release any tension in the neck. Keep that breath slow and steady, expansive and full. With an out breath, replace the sole of the right foot on your mat. Tuck the back toes and meet in wide straddle. We'll face the left long edge of our mats. Hopefully that keeps you facing your screen. So here we are in wide straddle. Feet parallel to each other, sitting bones in the air. Shake the head no. Shake the head yes. Just let your torso hang. And you might even take a moment and kind of shift your hips towards one leg. And then shift your hips towards the other leg. You might feel some sensation on the inner thigh, and your adductors, maybe even on the outside edge too. Come back to center. And I want us to take a twist here. And we want to go to the right. So our left hand will be on the mat. You can have a palm, you can have fingertips. And I want you to inhale, right arm up towards the ceiling. Slow, steady breath here. On your exhale, bring that right arm down. Let's twist to the other side. Right arm will support us as we take the left arm up. And with your exhale, release. Now I want you to walk your hands back towards that right foot. Take your right toes towards the top edge of your mat, and let's return to chair. So bringing those feet so that they're even, parallel with each other. Weight in the heels. Wiggle your toes for a moment. That'll let you know that your weight is mostly in the heels. And when you're ready, I want us to twist to the left. So on an exhale, you'll bring those palms together. Rotate your spine to the left. Keep your thumbs in the center of your chest. Now what I just noticed, because I'm facing my screen this time, is one knee often gets ahead of the other knee. If that's true for you, do what you need to do so that your knees remain flush with each other. Thumbs in the center of your chest. just notice everything that there is to notice. The sensations in your body, the sound of your breath, your thoughts as they come in and go out. The sound and feel of your heartbeat. Your next exhale, keep the twist, take your high lunge. We're shifting our weight into the left leg, sliding the right toes back. We want to keep the hips square. You're on the ball of the back foot. Left knee stacked over left ankle. Palms gently pressing in towards each other. Just a little pressure there. You're looking over that left shoulder. Your next exhale, take warrior two. The left toes stay facing the left or the top edge of the mat. Drop the right heel. Your hips get to be open here. Your arms extended. You're looking down that left arm. Past the wrist, past the middle finger. Release the shoulders. Sometimes my shoulders get stiff. You might take a little shimmy to make sure they're relaxed. When you're ready with an inhale, let's reverse our warrior. Flip the left palm, reach up. Maybe you sink a little lower in the legs, maybe you don't. And with your next exhale, cartwheel those arms to your mat. Square the hips once again. We're bringing the back knee to your mat as we set up for crescent pose. That left foot stays in front. You can bring your hands to the knee to start with. Remember, we want our pelvis just at least a little bit in front of that back knee. If you want more intensity, walk your foot more forward. Press the pelvis more forward. From here, you can take those arms and reach them up towards the sky. From there, if you'd like to add a back bend, you can bring palms together and take your gaze also up towards the sky. Couple more breaths here. You've got this. You're doing awesome. Just clearing the debris away, right? So that the sunlight can reach all the way to the bottom of the forest floor. Exhale those hands to your mat. We'll set up for lizard. Hands are on the inside of that left foot. And we're rolling to the outside edge, letting the knee go outside of center. And I don't force it. I just let gravity take it that way. And again, be where you need to be. Fingertips, fists, palms, forearms. To release your head. Keep that breath slow and steady. Just one or two more breaths here. And then I want you to replace the sole of your left foot on the mat. Tuck the back toes and let's meet in wide straddle. This time we're walking along the right long edge of our mat. So we're butt to butt. If we were in class, our butts would face each other. I want you to shake the head no. Shake the head yes. And take those arms behind you, interlace fingers and reach them up towards the ceiling. This will help open the chest a bit. You might feel some tension across the shoulders. Your head, your torso, they're just hanging out. Maybe there's a slight bend in the legs, maybe they're straight. I want you to bring your hands to your lower back and separate the fingers, just trace the backs of your legs. And let's walk towards the left foot, turning those toes towards the front edge of your mat. Let's meet in forward fold. Another moment to let your head dangle, releasing tension from the neck. And when you are ready with an inhale, lead with the crown of your head, flat back, bringing you all the way up, navel hugging the spine. And on your exhale, bring those palms together. We did it. We made it to standing. We're headed into our balance pose. So we'll take dancer. I'm going to face the camera a little bit more. Let's balance on the left leg first. So we're shifting our weight into that left leg, taking the right foot off the mat. And we want to reach for the foot with our hand. Actually, I'm not going to mirror you this side. That way you can see how I'm holding onto the foot. So we're on the left side. I want you to hold onto the arch or the inside of the foot. Knees come together. That feels good. You feel pretty stable. Then extend your left arm. When you're ready, you're sending that foot into the hand, but you're not letting go. You're hinging in the left hip. This is Natarajasana, your dancer. Just play, see what's available today. We want to square the shoulders and the hips towards the front of the mat or towards the front of our room. On an inhale, come up and shake it out. This is the dance party portion. So for those of you that are new to me, this is where you dance. And this is where I come and do a cha-cha. Hi. And then I go back to my mat so that we can get ready for the second side. Okay? And maybe along the way there's a smile or two in there. So that was the left side. We'll take the right side this time. Shifting your weight into the right leg. Remember, I'm not mirroring you. And another way to look at this hand is like you're serving up something, like you're holding a tray. And then you reach for the arch of your foot, your left foot. Right leg supporting us. Can extend your right arm. You want to send that foot back into the hand towards the back wall. Keep those hips square. You hinge in the right hip. Our breath is a great barometer for how we feel. So check in and make sure the breath is still slow and steady. If it isn't, maybe we back out 5%. When you feel like you've been on this side long enough to bring balance, you are welcome to come out, as long as you come out shaking. Maybe taking an exhale out an open mouth. We make our way down through a few more poses on our way to Shavasana. When you're ready, I want you to inhale. Arms and face up. On your exhale, hinge in the hips, fold forward. Inhale to your flat back, lifting the spine halfway so that it's parallel with your mat. Exhale, downward dog. And let's pass through fire hydrant dog. So when you are ready, I want you to take your right toes up towards the ceiling. Lifting that leg as high as you can. You get to open the hips. On your exhale, bend the right leg, look under the right arm. Just looking to open and stack the hips here. When you're ready with an inhale, straighten that right leg. And on the exhale, bring it back to your mat. I forgot and I put lotion on my hands earlier. I almost fell on my face because my hand slipped. So note to self, don't put lotion on before yoga. When you're ready, inhale, left toes up. On your exhale, bend that left leg, look under the left arm. Deep, slow breaths. When you're ready with an inhalation, straighten the leg, reach the toes, and on your exhale, replace that foot on your mat. Take a moment to reset if you need to in your downward dog. On your exhale, bring those knees to the earth for child's pose. And I want you to take 1 or 2 breaths, arms actively reaching towards the top edge of your mat. When you've taken those breaths, slide your arms down. Hands will end up near the feet. Shoulders release. If you feel like your face is being squished, bring those knees closer together. If you feel like the floor is too far away from your forehead, put some space between the knees. With your next exhale, begin to make your way out of child's pose. And we'll come off of our knees and make our way to our sitting bones for cow face pose. So take a moment with your legs extended out in front of you. And let's cross the left leg over the right first. And you want to have those inner thighs so close together there's no space. Like sometimes we'll have a space between the legs. Here in cow face pose, we don't want to. This is half cow face, or it's also known as shoelace. You're welcome to stay here or go deeper, bending that bottom leg. Now, we almost want to pull those ankles towards the opposite sides of our room. That'll get rid of any space between the thighs. You're probably feeling sensation along the outside edges of your hips. Take care, sit up nice and tall. And then I want you to bring this arm, your right arm, up and over. The left arm reaches up from underneath. And we want to see if those fingers are accessible. And maybe they are today, maybe they're not. If we were going to be here longer, a strap can be really helpful. That way you can create the bind, even if the fingers aren't touching today. Keep that breath slow and steady. One more. And on your exhale, release the hands, the fingers, slowly change the arms. I like to lean back and then uncross my legs. Give yourself a moment to do what you need to do to reset. Then we'll take the right leg, crossing it over the left leg, and you choose. You're gonna bend both legs. Whew. For me, this is definitely my tighter side. We want to, you may notice that the sitting bone of this top leg, maybe it's off the mat or you don't feel it pressing into the mat as much. Get that sitting bone back into the floor. We want both sitting bones pressed equally. Then we're pulling those ankles apart, away from each other. Shins reaching towards the front edge of your mat so that they're more flush. You can have the feet close to the pelvis. You go deeper by taking the feet away from your pelvis. Here we want to take our left arm, reach it over top. We want to take the left arm, your right arm, and reach it up. And you might notice maybe this side feels less accessible, maybe it feels more accessible. Just take a moment. And we're just collecting information. It's not about needing it to be different or needing to judge it. Just gives you information, lets you know where you're tighter, where you're looser. When you feel like you've been here long enough to bring balance to your body and your experience, you can release those hands. Just take care, go slow. You can uncross those legs, and I want you to make your way onto your back. Just coming all the way down to the floor. Giving yourself a long body stretch. And then I want you to bring the soles of your feet to your mat about hip width apart. And let's take reclining pigeon. So bringing the right ankle and placing it on the left knee. Just moving into your deepest expression of pigeon. Maybe you reach your hands for the left thigh. Just bringing those legs closer. Just another breath or two here. Creating a figure 4 with those legs. And on your next exhale, replace the left foot on your mat. I want you to bring your left hand to the right knee, and let's take supine spinal twist. Extend your left leg down the edge of your mat so that leg will be straight. Our right leg is bent as we take supine spinal twist. Your right arm extending out away from the body. Right knee on the left side of us. We're looking down the right arm. Slow, steady breaths here. And the next exhale or two, make your way back through center. Just doing what you need to do to reset as we set up for the second side of reclining pigeon, bringing our left ankle to the right knee. Maybe bringing those hands, wrapping them around the right thigh. Just a couple of breaths here. Just keeping your attention fixed inside of this moment. If you notice your mind wandering, bring it back to the sound of your breath or the feel of the floor beneath you. When you're ready to move on to the second side of your twist, let your right foot come back to your mat. And then reach your right hand for the left knee. Extend the right leg and then take your twist. Guiding that left knee across the body to the right. Left arm out to the side. And you're looking down that left arm. Just guiding, softening the left knee towards the floor. Each exhale bringing a weight, a release, and a settling. Just giving yourself a couple more breaths here. When you feel like you've been on this second side long enough to bring balance, you can make your way into your final relaxation pose. Just bringing yourself to a position of rest, where you can release the shoulders, the hips, where you can relax the toes, the fingers. When you hear the sound of the bell, that'll be your cue to make your way to the right side of your body for nurturing pose. Much like a controlled burn, we need to pay attention to what is possible, what is safe, and what is timely for us in our current life context. Deborah Adele. Keep your eyes closed as you slowly make your way from Shavasana to the right side of your body for nurturing pose. Just giving yourself at least 2, maybe 3 breaths here on your side as you transition from the end of your practice to the beginning of the rest of your day. When you are ready, you can slowly make your way to a comfortable seat, keeping those eyes closed. When you're ready, with an in-breath, take your arms and your face up towards the sky. And your exhale, bring those palms together, hands to heart center. I encourage you here to take a moment to honor yourself, your practice, and your body. And as we move into the rest of our day, may we not be afraid of the heat and the unpleasant, knowing that we're being cleared out for something different or better. Namaste.